Hey y'all, Fuzzy Biker here. Just got back from, I think it was about 225 miles. Nice Sunday afternoon ride. Didn't get out of the house till, I think it was 1 o'clock-ish. And I mean, look at this. It's, let's just turn on a clock and see what it says here. Anyway, quite a ride, quite a ride. Temperatures today were about 50 degrees. Motorcycle was a hot rod Himalayan right there. Check out that hot rod, huh? I love that bike. My world's most favorite bike of all time. It is 547 by golly. Miles we put on today were 225 miles. The bike now has 17,752 miles. Miles are adding up by golly. Oh, what a fun time. What a fun time. Okay, you know what the bike is? It's a Royal Enfield Himalayan 452, single cylinder, liquid cooled, dual overhead cam, 4 valves, 6-speed transmission, 40 horsepower, 30 foot-pounds of torque. That's about 42 Newton meters. You know, big old monoshock on the back with 8 inches of clearance there. That's 200 millimeters. Same on the front, upside down forks, 43 millimeter tubes. Look at those tubes. Hot dang, look at that, huh? 8 inches of travel there. That's about 200 millimeters again. 21-inch front tire. I think it's a 90-90-21 on the front. Really good. And we tried the brakes out. That's some spirited riding going on today. 320 millimeter disc on the front with a dual piston bibrake caliper. I think it's a 270 on the rear. Yep, 270 on the rear with a single piston bibrake caliper. But we're going to take this to Alaska in June this year. Y'all are coming along, right? And I've been gearing the bike up for that. And what I want to talk about right now is this part of it right here, because this has been working really good for me. I already got the WRS windshield on there. I got that from Baxter Cycle. It's the bigger one. It's the largest one they have. And that has worked very well for me. I've liked that a lot. I put these bags on the side. And the surprise there, and our good buddy, I think it was Colorado Mark told me this, when you put the bags on, it really changes the wind dynamics here. Of course, that makes sense, but my legs stay a lot warmer now with the bags on. I've got that bag on this side. That's a bag I got, that's a kind of a no-name bag. I got that Baxter Cycle also. Just go on their website and look for, I suppose, bags. This is a first aid kit on this side. You know, we're going to Alaska, so I need a gotta have a first aid kit, right? Anyway. These right here, this has made a lot of difference. I usually wear a thick winter glove. I would have wore that today. Virtually the whole ride, except for maybe the last 40 miles, I wore my mid-weather gloves, my Alpine Star Royal Enfield V2 gloves, they call them, and the couple years old glove, a very good glove. I love, Nomad, that's the name of this bike, Nomad. That would be these gloves right here. Look how wore out those are. They're insulated, they're waterproofish. No glove is totally waterproof. Anyway, that was what I wore almost all day long instead of these. And I wore these the last maybe 30 or 40 miles. But the reason I was able to run with a lighter glove, I believe, are these things. I love these things so far. These are Bark Buster Storms, but they're anodized, or powder coated, I guess, or whatever they call that. Black. I got those from 3D Cycle Parts, 3dcycleparts.com. They sell a lot of, I'd never heard of them until I was looking for something like this. They sell a lot of KLR parts. They're known for that. And all my KLR buddies, as soon as I said that, 3dcycleparts.com, they all knew exactly who I was talking about. Anyway, those made a lot of difference. So the windshield, the bags, the Bark Busters, and then these things here, the mirrors. So the mirrors I've been going back and forth with on them. And I wanted mirrors that didn't vibrate as much. And I also liked the optics on these. This has got a better glass. And I think, so anyway, I put them on. I could see a lot of shoulder. They were too much shoulder. They just weren't long enough. So I put these extenders on today. I've got them up in the air. And I know they look like rabbit ears, but I don't care. So why don't I care? Well, because they're more in my line of sight. When I sit on the bike, I look out here this way. And the mirror, I can be staring straight ahead. And I can look at either one of my mirrors by simply moving my eyes. And that means a lot. When you ride a lot of miles, that kind of stuff matters. So very nice setup up there. Moving on from that is the GPS. Now, I didn't really need that today, but I had. I know it was kind of fun to have on there, and I'm glad I put it on there. I'm wondering if I need to do something to declutter this a little bit. I thought about putting this over here, but I don't really want it there. And it isn't like it's a primary instrument. The only reason I put it on the bike was because this has a nav system in here too. But this nav system is dependent on your phone, where this is dependent on satellite. So the only reason I put this on here was when we go to Alaska, I want to have a nav system that's satellite dependent, and that's what that is. So I don't know if I want to go to the trouble of moving it over here, and I don't want to block the view, you know, and all that neat stuff. And the other one is maybe I'd like to move this, or at least get it so it's a little more square. I'm really tight on space here. This is for my bark busters right here. That's the for the handlebars, and then that's the TPMS system reader, reads my tire pressures. Anyhow. Wow, what a deal. And then this bag. I've grown to really appreciate a tank bag. You know, it's really helped out a lot. It's really helped out a lot. I've just really enjoyed it. The old tire there's got over 10,000 miles on it now. It's just been a great running bike. It's just been a great running bike today. Oh, the seat. Got the rally seat on there. All right, so 225 miles today. Another 260 the other day. What is that? About almost 500 miles. I've got almost 500 miles on that. I always say that it takes 1,000 miles to get to know a seat. What about the seat? Well, it's firm. It is really firm, but it's also narrow. And I pointed out the other day in a video that it was narrow through here. But see how this is chopped up here on the side, slit, you know, it's got that angle. When you're on that bike and you stand up and you want to slide back or forward, or you know, even when you're sitting down, you want to slide back and forward. It's very comfortable on the side of the legs, and it feels a lot narrower than it is. The one thing about the seat is it's pretty darn firm. Now, that's at 500 miles. You know, at 1,000 miles, it might be a little softer, and I might be a little more used to it. But I like having the option to slide back and forth so much. Will I replace my regular seat for this seat? I don't think so. Baxter Cycle lent me this just to see how it goes, and I really, really like it, but I do a lot of touring, and I don't want to give up my comfortable touring seat. Bunch of geese right up there. I don't want to give up the comfort that the stock Royal Enfield Himalayan seat provides. So I don't know what to do about that. Maybe I'll ride it a little longer before I make up my mind. You know, when we go to Alaska, that's 8,000 miles round trip probably. I want to make sure I have a comfortable seat, and this is comfortable for, you know, if I stayed regional or, you know, in the state, or this would be a good seat. But by the way, you know, Royal Enfield, we were told we couldn't put these on without putting the Rally Bodywork kit on also. And Baxter, we got these in. Baxter Cycle figured out how to put them on. You know how we did it? We simply took the old seat off, and it's clicked right in place. So if you got one of these, or if you want one of these, they sell these at baxtercycle.com. How's that, huh? And I don't even think they're that bad price-wise. I'll have to look on their internet, look on their site and find out. So the seat is a winner, I think, for most people. But for me, I'm going to stay with the big, comfortable, soft seat that I've been using. You know, 17,000 miles, 17,752 miles or whatever it is. And I've only got 500 miles on this seat, and I've got all the rest of the miles, 17,000 plus on the other one. So I'm kind of biased, I guess. But, oh, this thing just ran like a champ. You know, we had Gary's on a Honda NS 750, I think, today. I think I'll put a picture of it right now. Anyway, he was on that hot rod bike. And so the ride down, I went all the way down to the very southwest corner of Iowa, and little park there, sitting there looking at my bike and enjoying the sky and everything, bald eagles over here and there. And Gary goes by. I decided to follow him. He was going to go into Missouri and then jet around back there. That's really hilly country. He knows this is his backyard. You know, he knows that area really well. So I followed along, and it was some really good riding, and it's good, you know, good riding. Feels good. And he's a pretty dang good rider. I've rode a lot. I've been down to Kansas with him and out to South Dakota, and where else have I been? Wyoming, I think. I think he and I went to Wyoming. Nebraska, of course. And he knows how to push a bike hard, and I had fun riding with him. And then we split ways about 40 miles back. That's where I changed my gloves. And I couldn't give it up. The old throttle was twisting pretty hard. I just want to, there is a red line. First gear does have a red line, and it's a pretty, as soon as you hit the rev limiter, as soon as you hit that rev limiter in first gear, the bike just goes dead. So I found that a couple times today. The other one is the mirrors. Well, I should have talked about that, but the Revy engine got me thinking about that. So the mirrors, these mirrors, I like these mirrors. The optics are better. I think they vibrate less than the standard mirror. Now that I've got them positioned properly, they're good. They are darn clear right up to about 70 miles an hour. Over 70, they get a little, like that. And at 80, they're still useful. 10 miles faster than that, and you can tell colors. It's like watching a blender, but you can tell colors, like red or blue, flashing lights or something like that. But no, they work. I'm really happy with those so far. I really like those a lot. So the bike is shaping up. Obviously I've got luggage that I'm going to put on the side here, and I promise you I've got a video. So right now at the Fuzzy Biker Garage, I've got 3 Himalayans with 3 different kinds of luggage. 2 of them blood friends, and also Colorado Mark. He's put the Rhino Walk mechanics bags on his bike, and I can't wait to see those. That's going to be so. So we've got some luggage options out there. I also got some footage of the hard bags like this hard box, and then the hard bags on the side, and I'll show you that too. This box has just been the best thing I ever added. Second best thing. The windshield was probably the best thing. This thing here is just, it's made riding so, so convenient. So it just works so well. I know I've said this before. I got caught in a 300-mile heavy rain, and everything in there stayed dry. And I was really impressed with that, because I really thought when I got off the bike that was just going to be soaked. My Canada moose from when we went to Canada, Colorado, Baxter Cycle right there. I've been to all these 20 states. We did that in the first 3 months I have on this bike. That's why I call this motorcycle the Nomad. Boy, I am on a roll. It's going to get cold tomorrow and the rest of next week. I'm going to take that hot rod van over there and deliver a Moto Guzzi tomorrow. And then we're going to go to Colorado. We're going to deliver, I think, a bike in Nebraska and 2 in Colorado. So it's going to be an interesting ride next week. If y'all are interested in a new or used motorcycle, need parts, accessories, thingamajigs, doodads, need a Triumph, a Royal Enfield, a classic British bike of any type, get yourself over here to Baxter Cycle in the mighty metropolis of Marnie, Iowa, or go to BaxterCycle.com. Tell those fine folks that Fuzzy Biker, that's me, sent you. I hope the weather is good where y'all are at. I hope you got a good motorcycle. Get out there and ride, my friends. Life is good when you ride a bike. Wahoo!
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wahoo! Wahoo!